Alright, this is going to be an orientation video for the Forest River Wildwood, trailer letter F. The model is 25 ICE. This model is equipped with an outside fridge. So if you want to put some drinks in there for the outside, you can. This fridge will only work if you're hooked up to electrical power at a campsite. It will not work off batteries of the trailer. Once you arrive, open the door. Here's your panel right here. You have your main light switch right here. You can change the dimness or the brightness by a little slider right next to it. You have an awning light and an accent light. Water pump switch is used if you are not hooked up to water at a campsite. Other than that, if you are hooked up to water, you will not need this button. Your tank levels are located right here. So you have your fresh water, your battery indicator, and then all your black and gray tank levels. You just push those and it'll let you monitor your holding tank capacity. You have a slide out button here. You will not use this during your stay. Awning button is right next to it. You will use that to extend and retract the awning. If for whatever reason you leave the campsite, please bring that awning in, that way it doesn't get damaged. Stereo system right here. This is just a Bluetooth control panel. So all you do is turn the power on, hit the Bluetooth button, and then you find it on your phone, connect to it, and then you'll be able to listen to music in the trailer throughout and from your phone. So right here, as you come in, you have the keys hanging right here. You have a light switch right here, and that light switch, all that does is just kind of accent the cabinet up there. Sink, hot, cold, pretty self-explanatory. For the stove, you have 3 top burners. You push and hold, and while you're pushing and holding, kind of do this with 2 hands. You turn that clockwise, and then that lights the burner, and then once it's lit, you can change the setting. Okay, microwave is down below. All you do is type in the time, hit start, just like a microwave at your house. Pretty self-explanatory. For the fridge, here's the fridge part. Freezer, these will be turned on before we deliver, so it should be nice and cold for you when you arrive. TV, fireplace. The control for the fireplace is inside this cabinet. This is like a little hidden pantry. You have your coffee cup, broom, step. Remotes are right here. And just a note, the fireplace will not work unless you're hooked up to electrical power from the campsite. If you're in a dry spot, that will not operate. Bedroom's right here. To operate the lights for the bedroom, there's a switch on the door here. Just turn them on. There you go. All the cabinetry on the sides for storage. Okay. Thermostat's right here. All you do to operate is you just tap the button. Okay. And then you just set it to either cool, heat. So we'll put it to cool. And then you just set your temp to what you want. And then the AC will turn on and go to that. To turn off, you just push and hold. It's usually for 5 seconds or so, and then that's off. Okay. Couch right here. This does turn into a bed, so you just remove this cushion real quick. This one over here, just put them aside for a second, and then you just grab the bottom and it lays flat. Okay, and to put it back, you just grab the bottom and push. Okay, put the cushions back. There's Velcro on the cushion, so you just stick it to the wall and it stays right there. This is actually a bed as well. So where you put this to a bed, you just wiggle the table up off the poles, pull the poles out, put the poles on the ground, set the table in this open area right here, and then use the small cushions to cover the table, or you can use the one large one, and then it'll make a little bed for you. For the bathroom, you have a light switch right here. This light switch just does a illumination light behind the mirror. To operate the actual lights, you have to push the center of the button on the roof. Okay, vent with a fan up here. And this unit's equipped with a tankless water heater, so you just want to make sure the water heater's on, which it is. And then all you do is operate hot water. And you can see it's already starting to do its thing. And it heats up the water pretty much instant. For the toilet, you don't do anything special for urine, but for poop, you want to make sure that there's water in the bowl before you go. Flusher's on the floor right here. All you do is just barely push it down, adds water to the toilet. Do your business. Once you're done doing your business, you just Push it all the way down and it flushes. And I think that'll do it for the Forest River Wildwood 25 ICE.